What's up, guys? It looks like the Thor and Rocket 2-pack was the all-out landslide winner this round, taking in over 60% of the votes. I have to say I was a bit surprised because I thought one of the Captain figures would win. But oh well, you guys wanted the Space Pirate Angel and his rabbit, so here they come. Oh, and keep an eye out for that hidden toy somewhere in this video. Although I think many of you may have already caught it in the last video, still, keep an eye out. Okay, let's go. Starting with the box front, we get that awesome white, blue, and gold packaging, and I love how they put the character glam shots in the upper corner there. Here's one side, and the other side. There's the top, and here's the back with a bigger glam shot of the two, looking awesome. But I really love this picture of the whole team there, looks so sweet. And there's a warning there if you want to read it. The glam shots of the other figures that I also have, Lego Jumbo, and here's the bottom with the UPC. And there they are, guys, the Space Pirate Angel and his pet rabbit. Now it's always hard to decide who to start first when there's two figures, but I think we're gonna have to go with Rocket for... Let's go with Thor first. Now starting with head, we get a Thor face. Now as for resemblance to Chris Hemsworth, that's kind of subjective. But for a basic figure though, the sculpt overall is pretty nice. Nicely detailed and everything, lots of contours. And the paint application's also pretty clean all around. Even the hair there looking pretty good with its kind of sculpted in fluffiness and cowlick or something. Is that a cowlick? I don't know. It looks like he has a cowlick. But of course the biggest question is this the exact same head sculpt as the Hero Vision Infinity War figure? And the answer is yep. It's actually the exact same head sculpt, but with some improvements. As you can see here, the little hair on the side here, it's actually the same sculpting. They just repainted it. You can see the sculpts up there. But overall, if you look at the hair, the new figure has a matte paint to it, while this one has a glossy paint. So, I mean, in terms of realism, this looks a lot better. Also, too, if you look at the eyes here, they actually made the eyes smaller on the new one than the old one, so that looks better as well. So overall, same head sculpt, new paint improvements, so I'll take it. And moving into the body, we get that radtastic secret suit sculpt. I still have no idea what to call these suits, and I'll be done with all the reviews by the time the movie comes out, so oh well, I'll just call them tech suits. The textures and detail are overall very nice, and I just love the design of these tech suits in general, especially that A there. And what's kind of cool is on this one, unlike the Iron Man figure, they actually painted that red there. See on the Iron Man figure? I'm Iron Man. They didn't paint that, so that's kind of nice. But then again, this one's a $20 figure in kind of a 2-pack, so they had more of a budget to add some extra paint applications. Although he's got a really flat chest. I mean, Thor's pretty buff in general, and he's really flat on this one. I don't really know what happened there. It looks like they gave him some abs though, so that's a plus. But the back looks pretty cool though. Lots of detailings there. Kind of reminds me of RoboCop sometimes, but either way, I like it, dig it, looks awesome. Can't wait to see the movie and see what they actually do with these suits. I'm sure they have a good purpose, because if they don't, that would just be a shame. And the arms here look pretty sweet as well, continuing all that nice detail from the suit. You get more of that suit texturing on the inside arm there that's found on the body, and the other side looks just as nice with all the details. And of course you get that hand thing, which we don't know what it is. I have another theory though. Like, what if these were designed to, you know, kind of counteract the power of the Infinity Stones? Because theoretically, if he has all the stones and his gauntlet still works at any, you know, reasonable amount, then he could just snap all of them away and they just, you know, disappear before they even got to fight him. So perhaps these things here kind of help protect them from getting snapped away again, and I don't know. And then you have the other arm here that doesn't have that thingamajig, but it looks like he has kind of a grappling hook on his hand there, which would be pretty cool. I'd like to see Thor go all Batman in this movie. That would be kind of cool with his grappling, like pew, wow. Although something interesting I found is his hand the whole arm is very soft and flexible. Whatever material they used for it is much softer. If you look at the Hero Vision version right here, it is very hard plastic. So they changed that up. I don't know why, but it doesn't really hinder anything for the figure, so that's cool. I guess if anything, it just hurts a lot less if you get hit by Thor. Don't throw them at people though. Seriously. And moving into the legs here, we get more of that cool tech suit detailing there, looking pretty fly. I'm actually quite liking this design overall, and the legs are actually the exact same as Iron Man's, but I'll show that when I compare the two. And there's the bottom of the feet for you. And for articulation, his head rotates in a 360 as all do, and it has a little bit of side to side there, and it goes that far up and that far down. His arm rotates in a circle, shoulder has a joint that goes quite a bit up, and his elbow goes about 90 there. Actually, that is 90, and it spins in a circle. And his legs go that far forward and not back at all. And what's kind of interesting is his legs are actually much stiffer than the arms are, the material. So that's interesting, but it makes it easier to stand, so that's a plus. Oh, he has kind of offset standing there as well. I think that's just a thing of this whole figure line. They have that offset look, which is pretty cool. I like that. And I just realized most of the Infinity War ones do that. Actually, no, the old Thor is just straight, so meh. And for accessories, he comes with Stormbreaker, which is a really sweet looking sculpt. I really like the effect on the front here. The top portion looks great with that silver paint. Got that peg there, which I'll explain in a little bit. And then you got the handle there, which is nicely detailed. And then there's the bottom. Now this peg here is here because this is actually the exact same as the Hero Vision Infinity War figure. The only difference is the new one doesn't come with an Infinity Stone. But there's actually another difference if you look. The new one here actually has more of a matte paint job as opposed to the kind of the shiny one on this one, so that's an improvement there. Although the top silver portion and the effect are the same, which is fine because I do like the silver, but like I said, the new one doesn't have the stone because it doesn't do the Infinity War Hero Vision thing anymore. Alright, now let's move into Rocket. Now starting with his head here, it's actually a really nice sculpt. I really like this. It's got nice just sculpting for the hair there, and you got little kind of things coming out the back, like, you know, little fluff or whatever, and just the eyes look great. He just really looks like a raccoon. And the biggest thing is, check this out. Here's the old Rocket head from the Hero Vision Infinity War line, and just take a look at the huge difference. Like, it's a completely different sculpt and it looks so much better. The paint looks better, like the eyes here, just like, I don't even know if they exist on this one. The snout looks better, it's bigger, it's just overall a much better sculpt, much better hair and everything. I really like it. The paint color is great too, the color overall, and it's just, wow, that's just impressive. Huge improvement. And the rest of his body looks great too, with his cute little teeny weeny tech suit there. Cute little trash panda. He has nice details and texturing overall, just like on Thor and Iron Man. The paint applications are nice and clean. You got the tiny little A there, although it's nice and big on his body, you know, just comparatively. And then the legs look pretty great as well with the little tech suits, his little furry feet showing off there. You got some textures there, but not on the arms. I guess the arms are a little bit too small to add texture to, but overall looks nice. You got the nice details there, and then you also, this arm's bent. I'll show you why in a bit. It's really cool. And he has that little thingamajiggy there, the whatever. And then you got the tail right here, which actually, it's spinnable because it actually pops right off there. You can just put that on and off, so that's pretty neat. And actually, let me show you something really cool. All right, I'll just go and compare the two now. I was going to compare it with Thor later, but it's just, I can't not show this right now. Just look at that difference. It's just a huge improvement on the new Rocket. Like, this is so much smoother and nicer. This one's like kind of jaggedy and the paint's kind of like meh. And same thing for the arms here. Well, this arms are covered up, but you can tell more by the legs. See how it's nice and smooth with the, you know, the kind of the furry. It looks very, it's like, it's petable, but then when you look at this Rocket, it's like, jagged, it's just, dirty panda. So it's like, they just really did a great job improving the new Rocket. It's just like, I mean, if anything, this is a Rocket to get, because I mean, this would look really great with the Marvel Legends, because I mean, check this out. I actually have the Marvel Legends with me right now, and just look at that. Look at the difference between the two. I mean, first of all, the head sculpt looks better on this basic figure, which is amazing. And the body sculpt looks great too. The size looks more accurate to the movie, honestly. And just look at the fur on the legs. It just looks so much better on this new figure. And the tail too. It's just, they did a really great job on this basic figure one. And it's just kind of impressive. So I mean, honestly, if you need a Rocket, this is the Rocket to get. I mean, forget these other ones. I mean, this is the clear winner. Just, he's in a tech suit, so that's the only downfall if you didn't want a tech suit. But either way, he's great. Now his head does pop off, so theoretically you could use his head for the other figures, but when it comes to these old Hero Vision version here, the head joint, the ball joint's actually a little bit bigger, ever so slightly, so it doesn't really fit, and plus it doesn't look right on the body because this is just such a nice and smoother sculpt. And same thing with the Marvel Legends too. Oh, that head just came off. It's just, it actually goes on, it doesn't really fit on the ball joint because it's just really small, but you can plop it on there, but it just doesn't really look right. So honestly, it's just, actually that kind of works, sort of, but just the body sculpt wise, you can't beat this new one. It's just really nice. So yeah, this is a winner to me. toy. Oh wait, that's not really hidden. Hidden toy. And for accessories, he comes with this sweet blaster cannon here. Looking pretty nice with all its sculpting and details there. Really nice design, really soft and flexible too, so that's nice and safe, I guess. But it's actually the exact same one as the Infinity War Hero Vision version. In fact, the only difference is the Hero Vision came with the Infinity Stone for the Hero Vision app, which is dearly missing. I wish they would bring that back, but oh well. But yeah, that's the only difference. I mean, if you want, you can just put this on the other one, and there you go. Now this one's the Hero Vision version, and this one's the new basic version. So yeah, that's kind of like, I wish they would have given us a new weapon, but hey, it's a nice one, so you know, I can't really complain too much. And for the articulation, his head rotates in a circle and has a little bit of side to side and goes that far up and down. And his arm rotates in a circle. The shoulder joint goes up nicely, and this one though doesn't go up. It gets stuck on this little portion right here, so that's kind of a bummer. But it does rotate in a circle too, so that's nice. His hand got stuck on his head. And his legs go that far forward and quite a decent way back there, so that's pretty nice. And as you saw earlier, his tail spins in a circle as well. Now here's one really cool articulation feature that I really like. He's the only version of this figure so far, of this Endgame figure line, that has rotating hands. Both of them rotate, and let me show you why. Check that out. He can finally hold his blaster. What? And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, well, let me show you. Here is the Infinity War Hero Vision one. Yeah, that's about as good as you could go. It was, yeah, I always wondered about that. I was like, this was kind of a terrible design. He can't hold it. And they totally fixed it with this one. It's so awesome because of those articulating hands. And what's cool too is you can actually adjust it and move his hand down, and now he can hold it like that if you want to too. So you have two positions, and I guess if you want to, you can kind of just rotate it. I wonder if you can hold it this way. Does that do anything? Let's see, let's do that. And, okay, no, never mind. We should just keep it that way and then that way. Either way, I am like, they just improved this Rocket figure so much. Like, wow, the sculpting is great. You know, the paint is better. The furry fuzz looks better. And they fixed his hands. He can finally hold his blaster. It's like, I don't want this one no more. Alright, now let's go and compare the two Thors. Now first off, his head pops off just like the other Thor and all the other figures in this line. And the ball joint fits the Wave 1 male Infinity War Hero Vision figures. And going back to the two figures, we can see that aside from the heads and Stormbreaker, that absolutely nothing else is the same all around. They even added that, like I said, that leg thing. They gave him that offset leg, which is pretty nice. So here, do a better angle so you can see that. So that's pretty cool. They added that there instead of that straight leg as I was talking about. So that's pretty nice. And here he is next to the Endgame tech suit Iron Man figure. And right off the bat, you can tell there are some differences. With Iron Man, you see they kind of sculpted it to his Iron Man suit underneath, while with Thor, they just gave him kind of that smooth form-fitting look. And the arms have an overall same structure, except Iron Man's is much buffer, which I find interesting. And you also get more paint apps on Thor. You get the paint app there and also on his little hip there, unlike Iron Man. And the back have the same structure as well, except Iron Man is once again buffer. I'm wondering if they made him buffer or if they're just compensating to try to make it look like the suit's actually on top of his Iron Man suit, because theoretically that would make him look buffer because it's a suit on top of a suit. And moving to the legs, aside from the back of the knee joint there, everything is exactly the same, both on the sides and on the front. Now if you're like me, you're probably thinking, Thor's supposed to be buff. I'm going to put him on Iron Man's body. They have the same head joint, right? But the ball joint on Iron Man's body is ever so slightly bigger than Thor's, so if you try to put Thor's head on Iron Man's body, it will fit, but it will kind of stretch out his head, so when you put Thor's head back onto that body, it's going to be loose. And here's what that looks like. I actually used the Infinity War head sculpt on this one because, I mean, the new head sculpt's better, so I don't care about this one anymore. And as you can see, Iron Man's head is loose on Thor's body because... Oops. Okay, anyways, it's loose on his body because his head, the ball joint is bigger. So, yep, that's, if you want to, you can, but like I said, his head's going to be a little bit loose if you put it back on that body. And honestly, his He kind of looks weird. I don't think it's really proportioned, so it's user decision. And here they are all together next to their Infinity War counterparts. Here's Team Thor with the Hero Vision Infinity War Teenage Groot, and Team Endgame with the figures I've reviewed so far. More to come, as you already know. Hidden figure! We got here Team Infinity War Hero Vision, here's Team Marvel Legends, and finally here's Team SH Figuarts. Well guys, that's another Endgame video down, but many more to go. I love the tech suits, but the flat chest on Thor is kinda weird. Rocket, on the other hand, is an absolute must, whether it's for your basic figure or even your Marvel Legends collection. Now I'll be posting another voting poll, so stay tuned for that, and don't forget to comment below on who you want to see on the next poll, including the hidden figure, if you caught it that is. It's okay if you didn't, because I must say I am known to be a master hider of things, so it's okay if you missed it. Oh, and on a side note, Shazam opens this weekend, and I highly recommend going to see that movie. You will enjoy it. As a matter of fact, I just saw it again for the second time yesterday. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
No.